crappy thing. A lot of doctors have no idea that this exists. So that's one of the reasons why they keep focusing on the painful hamstring, because that's what they were taught. The way we all learned in medicine is in the cadaver lab. And it's maybe a little gross for some people, but in the cadaver lab, we cut away all the tissue that connects it just to have a really clean muscle and a really clean nerve and really clean arteries and really clean veins. But the downside of cutting away all that tissue, which if you've ever cooked with the chicken breast, it's that white tissue that you see on the chicken breast when everything's sort of one color and the white's sort of like stringy and gummy. That's called fascia. And there's a guy called Thomas Meyer who had studied that for 25 years, and he basically sort of blew everyone's mind by pointing out how everything is connected along these specific pathways. Our bodies were doing that anyway forever. So the problem is we keep bringing our electric car or hybrid cars to internal combustion mechanics who don't really understand this regenerative property of the car, or in this case, in our bodies. So being able to make sure that you find someone who is looking how everything is connected and looking at any inefficiencies in the system is absolutely critical. Everyone can stand up right now and do this little drill with me right now, and you'll start to feel this, and then check it again after you skip. So the drill is stand up with me and lift one knee and the opposite arm and feel how your muscles get tight all along that chain. That's called your posterior oblique sling. Are some areas starting to shake a little bit more than others? Are you feeling like if you pause and go to the other side, it maybe feels a little different on the other side? Those feedback loops of maybe a little bit more shake, or your toes are gripping a little bit more, or your arm doesn't want to stay straight in front of you, is a clue that your fascial line, or that these muscles aren't working as a team. And what that shows you is our bodies are going to be a little bit more of a whack-a-mole than normal. If you remember those games at the fair, you hit one and then the mole would pop up somewhere else. And that's unfortunately how a lot of us feel in our bodies if you don't have someone who's figuring out what's happening along this chain, because it feels totally unrelated that your hamstring would be connected to the other shoulder. And this athlete, she went on to tell me how she had had a bunch of dental work done a few months prior, and that she had a bunch of pain in her jaw. And she was like, why didn't my dentist tell me this? And again, it's back to that old system where we're very siloed in our medical care. And so it's really hard for anyone to connect the dots. So hopefully this gives you a way to start to test yourself and then go out there and skip. I know it's going to seem silly, but tell them you're a professional athlete, and this is a drill that almost all the serious runners and particularly sprinters do, which is skipping. So again, go out there, try the skipping. I want you to check back in with this and see if it's something that's helping. If the skipping helps, that's awesome. If it doesn't, make sure that you get to someone who's going to actually analyze what's going on, because it could be something as seemingly arbitrary as you had some dental work done and that tightened up one section of the fascia, and so the opposite end keeps pulling a lot more than it should. The key thing is to not demonize this guy. Pain is not our nemesis. Pain is actually telling us that something's wrong. And if we just keep powering through it, over time it degenerates the tissue, whether that's the joint or the muscle itself. And so being able to listen to pain, who I always think of as our hero, is the most important part. And don't get beat down by the fact that you haven't found the right person. Just keep looking for the right person who's going to look at this whole system, and then get out there, use your body, and have fun.